Good morning, students. Good morning, everyone. Okay, today I'm back with the part 2 of, as usual, your chapter from your book Flamingo, chapter number 1. That is the last lesson. So I want to introduce this, that what we have read in part 1. What we have read as how many characters are there? Two characters are there, which we have studied it. Okay, name them. Yes, Am Hamel and Friends. Who is Friends? Franz is a little boy. He's a student in the school. Okay. And who is Am Hamel? A French teacher. So we have studied about them. What we have studied in it, that Franz was going late in reaching the school and he was in very hurry, so that he was not able to understand what was on written on the bulletin board. Okay, got it, everyone? And what was written on the bulletin board? Yes, instead of French language, from tomorrow onward, German will be teaching. Will be. Okay? Okay? So, do you all understand? Do you understand? Okay. So, shall we continue it? Okay. Next meaning is your pretend, which means show. To reproach, which means blame. Am Hamel says that all the people of Alsace were to be blamed as no one was serious towards learning. What Am Hamel says that all the people of Alsace were to be blamed as no one was serious towards learning. कोई भी लर्निंग के थ्रू जो है लर्निंग सीरियसली नहीं कर रहा था, ऐसा किसने कहा? Who told? Am Hamel said. He tells the class that the enemies, who was enemies? Prussians were enemies, would laugh at them and say that they only show to be French, as they can neither speak nor write their own language. As we have discussed yesterday in part 1 also, that French is their mother tongue. Okay? So they stop, according to the order, they stop that French would be not taught from after today. Okay, from tomorrow onwards, which subject, which language they taught? German would be taught. So they said Prussians were blaming that French, that is their mother tongue, they can neither speak nor write their own language. So they are blaming on Am Hamel. Got it? Why he transferred? Because they were blaming. Who were blaming? Prussians. And who were Prussians? Their enemies. He says that France should not feel guilty as everyone is at fault. सब लोग fault में हैं, सब लोग faulty हैं. That France should not realize. He did not feel guilt. Am Hamel says that France's parents were not interested in getting him educated. Am Hamel का ये कहना था कि फ्रांस के जो पेरेंट्स हैं वो भी इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है कि उसको एजुकेटेड पर्सन बनाया जाए. They wanted him to work at a farm or a mill and earn some money. वो सिर्फ इतना ही चाहते थे, जो जितना पढ़ा लिखा होता है उसकी जो थिंकिंग थॉट्स होते हैं माइंड उतना ही सेट होता है. तो व्हाट दे वांटेड हिम टू वर्क एट अ फार्म और मिल और अर्न सम मनी. ठीक है, ओनली दैट they want. He says that as a teacher, he was also not interested in teaching them. कि as a teacher, Am Hamel को भी interest नहीं था उन बच्चों को पढ़ाने में. किसने कहा? Who said these words? France parents. France parents. He would send them to his home to water the plants. उन्होंने क्या करा? उसको plants में पानी डालने के लिए भेज दिया कि ठीक है, स्टडी नहीं करनी तो वही काम कर लो. Sometimes he would declare a holiday and go for fishing. और कई बार Am Hamel ने holiday declare भी कर दिया और उनको fishing के लिए भेज दिया, rather than to teach. Am Hamel praises their mother tongue. Am Hamel ने बहुत ज़्यादा praise करा mother tongue को, French language, as being the most beautiful, clearest and most logical language in the world. According to Am Hamel, French language is the most beautiful language, is the most clearest language and is the most logical language. मतलब easy to understand and most logical. There is a logic in that language according to Am Hamel. मतलब he was proving that I have done worked hard with the students to whom I am teaching. He tells the class to guard their language as it is the only way to free oneself from the prison of slavery. Got it, my point? Everybody, say at least yes. इफ अ पर्सन नोज इज मदर टंग, यदि पर्सन जो है अपनी मदर टंग को अच्छे से जान जाएगा, नो वन कैन एनस्लेव हिम, फिर कोई भी उसको एनस्लेव नहीं कहेगा ना, वो उसका गुलाम कोई हुआ. गुलामी कब करते हैं आप किसी की? when you are bound to do something, when you are not able to get your knowledge, you have to get your decision, when you can't give your decision, when you can't give your judgment, that's why you slave it, that's why you call slavery. But if you know your mother tongue, if you are not bound to get a knowledge, if you have so much knowledge of your mother tongue, that how we speak, how we write, how can we get, तो आप enslave नहीं हो, definitely नहीं होंगे ना, फिर आप उसके गुलाम कोई होंगे. आप तो बोल सकते हो, you are not bound. Knowing the mother tongue well as a language is a tool to fight domination. Obviously वो आपके पास एक वेपन हो जाता है, that you have to fight by the डोमिनेशन, कि हाँ मेरी बात सुननी पड़ेगी बिकॉज आई हैव अ नॉलेज, आई नो इट. आज अगर मैम इज टेकिंग टेस्ट एंड इफ यू डोंट नो द आंसर, देन व्हाट यू डू? You just go through the some other classmate that please tell me ना answer number 1, answer number 2. Why is it so? और वो आपको बहुत ज्यादा नखरे टैंट्रम्स ये सब शो करते हैं. Why is it so? तो मतलब हम कहते हैं बहुत डोमिनेटिंग है, अब मेरा ही काम करेगा ना तब बताऊंगी. ठीक है, we do ना, that's why, that is it. If you get knowledge, if you have knowledge, then nobody bound you that you have to do my work, you have to do according to me. At one stroke means at once in one go, the teacher took a lesson in grammar. That day Franz was surprised that he understood the lesson with ease. आप उस दिन उन्होंने ग्रामर का एक लेसन उठाया in French language, but it was very easy. According to Franz, he understood the lesson very easily. ठीक है, he understood it very well. He felt that he had been attentive and that Am Hamel also explained the lesson with a lot of patience. उन्होंने क्या करा, उसने फील करा कि हाँ ये लोग मुझे बहुत ज्यादा टेंशन दे रहे हैं, दे आर लिसनिंग मी वेरी अटेंटिवली, एंड दैट एम हैमल ने भी इस चीज को एक्सप्लेन किया कि हाँ लेसन जो मैंने पढ़ाया, इट दे हैव अ लॉट ऑफ पेशेंस, मतलब वो लोग मुझे बहुत अच्छे से अटेंटिव होकर सुन रहे हैं. Franz felt that the teacher wanted to give them all the knowledge he had before leaving. फ्रांस ने ये भी फील किया कि टीचर को जो नॉलेज देने आया है उसके पास सारी नॉलेज है, जब सारी नॉलेज वो ट्रांसफर करके जाए, सब कुछ बता के जाए जब भी वो क्लास में से जाए, जब भी वो लीव करे वहां से, जितना भी अंदर है टीचर के, दे हैव टू एक्सप्लेन इट, ऑल द टीचर्स ही इज सेइंग. After grammar, they had a lesson in writing. Anne Hamel gave the class new notebooks with France Alsace beautifully written on them. इतना उस पे लिखा हुआ था because it was in France. Definitely, France felt that here was an air of patriotism in the class. अब वहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा पेट्रियोटिक चीजें हो गई क्लास में, मतलब इतना ज्यादा पढ़ लिख के, इतना ज्यादा उसको एनर्जी देके, इतना ज्यादा बूस्ट अप कर दिया कि सब लोगों में पेट्रियोटिज्म आ गया, सब लोग पेट्रियोटिक हो गए, राष्ट्रीयता हो गई उनमें. वहाँ की हवाएं भी कुछ ऐसी ही हो गई, एनवायरनमेंट पूरा कंप्लीट ऐसा ही हो गया. द नोटबुक्स वर लाइक फ्लैग्स ऑफ फ्रांस दैट वर फ्लोटिंग ऑल अराउंड. अब वो जो नोटबुक्स पे फ्लैग्स थे फ्रांस के, वो भी ऐसा लग रहा था पूरे अराउंड उनके आसपास में एनवायरनमेंट में वही घूम रहे हैं, वही फ्लोट कर रहे हैं. The entire class was busy writing and the only sound that could be heard was that of the pen writing on the paper. सारी क्लासेस जो है राइटिंग में बिजी थी और केवल एक ही साउंड वहां पे सुनाई दे सकता था, क्या? जो पेपर पे लिखने का साउंड होता है वही साउंड आ रहा था, बाकी ऑल वर बिजी इन राइटिंग. Beetles means a large-sized insect, not even the littlest ones, refers to the pigeons who worked right on tracing their fish hooks, means scratching with their claws. Scratching, I used it when I taught you. Once some mosquitoes flew into the class, but no one panicked as everyone was busy in writing. वहां पे कोई इंसेक्ट आया उड़ता हुआ और जो मॉस्किटो आया वो घूमे जा रहा था, एंड नोबडी वाज गिविंग सम, क्या बोलते हो उसको, Attention, definitely some attention, because they all were busy in writing something. Okay, matlab nobody gives him attention. Why is it so? They were all busy in writing, which Am Hamel explained them. The writer considered the pigeons sitting on the roof of the class to be students as well, and says that even the pigeons were busy scratching the roof with their claws, and it seemed that they were also busy writing the task of French language. उनका ये मानना है कि जिस तरीके से पिजन्स अपने काम में स्क्रैच करने में रूफ पे स्क्रैचिंग वाले वर्क में बिजी थे क्लॉज से जब वो स्क्रैच कर रहे थे, उस तरीके से सब लोग राइटिंग में बिजी हैं. और जस्ट लाइक वो ऐसा सीन हो रहा था कि ये लोग भी फ्रेंच पढ़ रहे हैं, फ्रेंच बोल रहे हैं क्या जो ये लिख रहे हैं वैसा. ठीक है, विद देयर क्लॉज. Cooed means the sound made by the pigeons. The coo sound of the pigeons could be heard in the class, and Franz wondered that would the Prussians force the pigeons also to change their language and coo in German. The coo sound जो pigeons की sound होती है वो वहां पे सुनाई दे रही थी क्लास में, एंड फ्रांस जो है बहुत ज्यादा वंडर थे दैट वुड द Prussians force the pigeon. Prussians ने pigeons को force किया that they have to change their language and coo in German. कि अब आप फ्रेंच में नहीं, अब आप जर्मन में बोलना. You have to coo in German language. The writer wants to say that language comes naturally to a being and it cannot be forced upon anyone, be it the pigeons or the Frenchmen. चाहे वो पिजन्स हो चाहे वो फ्रेंचमैन हो, लैंग्वेज जो है आपके बाय नेचर आती है, नॉट विद द योर हैबिचुअल. इट शुड बी नेचुरल. ठीक है, आपको फोर्स नहीं किया जा सकता उसको, यू हैव टू स्पीक इट, यू हैव टू लर्न इट, and nobody bound you because it comes in natural way. Got it? Gazing means looking intently, fix in his mind, store or keep forever. In between writing, अब writing के बीच में अगर देखा जाए तो Franz looked at Am Hamel who sat still and stared at the different things in the classroom. जो फ्रेंड्स थे वो बैठे थे एम हेमल के पास में, जो कि ऑलरेडी स्टेयर कर रहे थे और चुपचाप बैठे थे. वो उसको घूर रहे थे द डिफरेंट थिंग्स in the classroom in the succession, as if he wanted to memorize the appearance of everything before leaving. He wanted to memorize these all things whatever in the classroom. तो वो स्टेयर करके उसको उसके अपीयरेंस ले रहे थे, अपनी आंखों में समा रहे थे, माइंड में लेकर जाना चाहते थे बिफोर लीविंग द क्लास. Only the desk and benches had been worn smooth. The walnut trees in the garden were taller, and the hope vine that he had planted himself twined about the windows to the roof. वो सिर्फ डेस्क और बेंचेस ही नहीं बल्कि वो जो भी स्मूथली वो उनको पहनाया गया था, जो भी क्लोथ होता है इवन उसको भी देख रहे थे. वॉलनट ट्रीज जो गार्डन में उनके थ्रू वो जब आए थे तब वो छोटा था और वो टॉल से टॉलर हो गया है उसको देख रहे थे. और होप वाइन वो वाली बेल जो उन्होंने खुद ने प्लांट की थी वो भी उसको देख रहे थे कि किस तरीके से ये सिंगल मैंने प्लांट की थी और नाउ इट इज ट्वाइन, मतलब वो मोर देन वन हो गई है. ठीक है, विंडोज से वो भी नजर आ रही थी. नेक्स्ट, worn smooth mean had worn out and became smooth due to overuse. Twine means twisted. Am Hamel had been teaching at that same place for the last 40 years. I told you at what time he gave the service of 40 years there as a teacher. The only changes were that the desk in the classroom had worn out due to overuse the years. इसमें changes सिर्फ desk में आए थे classroom के. Lecture sit properly. The walnut trees in the garden outside had grown taller. जो walnut tree थे वो obviously taller हो गए थे. Hopine on the outer wall of the school building had climbed up the roof. वो roof से भी ऊपर चली गई थी बेल. Franz feels that the teacher must be heartbroken to be sent away from a place where he had spent 40 years of his life. Definitely, not even teacher, but also everyone. If you are leaving some place after completing 40 years of your life, then it will be inconvenient for you. Okay, discomfortable for you. The noises of his sister packing and moving their luggage could be heard. वहां जो उसकी सिस्टर पैक कर रही थी, उसकी लगेज लेकर आ रही थी, वो सुनाई दे रहा था फ्रॉम द रूम अपस्टेयर्स एज दे हैड टू लीव द नेक्स्ट डे. और उसको क्योंकि जैसे कि नेक्स्ट डे उसको जाना ही था यहाँ छोड़कर, इसलिए वही साउंड उसके मन में आ रहा था. Am Hamel remained composed and heard the lesson from the entire class. अब वो सिर्फ वहां पे फिक्स हो गए थे और पूरा का पूरा लेसन सुन रहे थे बाकी पूरी बची हुई क्लास से. After writing task, there was a lesson of history followed by phonetics, where they recited the sounds of alphabets. Phonetics is what? Where we listen, where we syllable, we have to use syllable in it, we have to use the sound manner in it. To whom we are stressing, to whom we are giving stress in a single word. If I'm using France, तो आ जो है ना, what I'm using France, तो वो उसका जो stress है ना थोड़ा ज्यादा हो गया, आ पे चला गया. और Z का जो Z है ना, I put only Z. France, France, इन सब में फर्क है. ये आपका आता है फोनेटिक साउंड में. तो लास्ट टाइम उन्होंने ये लेसन बताया जिसमें अल्फाबेटिकल साउंड बताई जाती है. फ्रांस रेफर्ड टू द क्लास एज बेबीज, एज बेबीज बिकॉज ऑल्दो दे वर ग्रोन अप. फ्रांस ने जो साउंड रेफर करी क्लास में वो जस्ट लाइक बेबीज की तरह करी, क्योंकि हालांकि वो ग्रो अप हो गए, दे वर रिसाइटिंग द लेसन ऑफ फोनेटिक्स, लेकिन वो लोग फोनेटिक्स लेसन पढ़ रहे थे विच इज यूजुअली डन बाय यंगर चिल्ड्रन. सो ही कॉल्स हिमसेल्फ एंड हिज क्लास टू बी बेबीज. उसकी जो क्लास का साउंड था एकदम बेबी टाइप में आ गया था, क्योंकि वो लोग स्ट्रेस और सिलेबल्स का यूज कर रहे थे कि फोनेटिक्स किस तरीके से यूज किए जाते हैं, और वो जनरली यंगर चिल्ड्रन करते हैं. Hauser had put on his spectacles and holding the primer in both his hands, recited the letters with the class. He was crying, his voice trembled as he spoke. Franz had mixed feelings. He found it funny to see how an old man like Hauser was crying and trembling, and on the other hand, he also felt emotional like Hauser did. Franz could never forget this last lesson. अब ये फ्रांस जो था ओल्ड हॉजर को देख रहा था कि he cried a lot, he got emotional very well. तो उसकी जो वॉइस थी ट्रैम्बल, बहुत ज्यादा कपकपा रही थी, शिवर कर रही थी, अटक रही थी जैसे वो बोल रहा था. फ्रांस ने वो सारी फीलिंग्स को मिक्सअप कर दिया है. उसने एक फनी वे देखा कि कैसे वो ओल्ड मैन कर रहे थे, जैसे कि हॉजर रो रहे थे और ट्रैम्बल कर रहे थे, और वहीं दूसरी साइड में वो खुद भी इमोशनल हो रहे थे जैसे कि हॉजर हुए थे. फ्रांस ने लास्ट लेसन कभी नहीं भुला सकता. ठीक है. Come to the next. Angelus means prayer song in the church. The start is marked by the ringing of the bell. That is Angelus. Just then the clock at the church struck 12. 12 पर आके जो चर्च पे क्लॉक थी वो एकदम स्ट्रक हो गई, रुक गई, अटक गई, एंड द प्रेयर सॉन्ग बिगन. और वहीं पे प्रेयर सॉन्ग जो है, असेंबली सॉन्ग जो है, वो स्टार्ट होता है. Trumpets means a musical instrument. Pale means used to describe a person's face or skin if it has less color than usual. At the same moment, sound of the trumpets played by the Prussian soldiers. Definitely, who were doing? Prussian soldiers were doing ना. तो who were returning from the drill was heard. जब वो जा रहे थे तब वो आ रहा था स्कूल. अब then they are when they are leaving ना, तो वो लोग फिर से रिटर्न हो रहे हैं. आम हैमिल का जो फेस है वो बहुत ज्यादा डल, colorless means pale हो गया था. As the time had come for the last to get over, he stood straight and motionless. And Franz says that he had never appeared to be so tall. अब वो एकदम स्ट्रेट खड़े हुए, बहुत इमोशनफुल हो गए थे और एकदम मोशनलेस, कुछ वर्क नहीं कर पा रहे थे वो. और फ्रांस ने उनको सबसे पहले आज तक कभी नहीं देखा कि इतने टॉल है क्या. एम हैमर, ये तो बहुत ज्यादा टॉल लग रहे हैं आज. Next is choked, became unable to speak due to strong emotions. Am Hamel began to speak but could not continue as he was overpowered by his emotions. वो पूरे fulfill हो गए थे अपने emotions से. That's why he didn't speak anything. He took a piece of chalk and wrote the words "Vive la France," meaning "Long live France." जिंदाबाद France. On the blackboard as large as he could. जितना बड़ा वो लिख सकते हैं उतना बड़ा ये "Vive la France" लिख के वो चले गए. He never said anything. Gesture means a signal. Then he stopped writing, bent towards the wall, and without speaking anything, signaled the class to leave as the class was over. उन्होंने वहीं के वहीं स्टॉप किया लिखना और फिर अपने आप को वॉल की तरफ झुकाया, और झुकाते ही वो बिना कुछ बोले, बिना सिग्नल दिए, he left the class as the class was over. Come to the question answers. What was the order from Berlin and what changes did it cause in the school? Anyone? What was the order? Only German language will be teach after today. So these are the two other questions also which you can see. The order from Berlin stated that only German will be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. The order effected many changes as an unusual silence prevailed in the school compared to the hustle and bustle earlier. Am Hamel became soft in speaking to the students while the other people realized the importance of their languages. The villagers even attended the school to show respect to Am Hamel. Didn't learn French. Whom did Am Hamel blame? Am Hamel didn't blame France for not learning, but his parents who were not anxious to have him learn. Instead, they wanted him to work on a farm or at a mill to earn money. To whom Am Hamel was blaming? To France's parents. Even he blamed himself for sending him to water the flowers instead of learning and for declaring holiday when he wanted to go fishing. Whenever France want to go for the fishing, yeah, whenever France would not want to learn something, would not want to study, then what MML did? MML wanted to go for the fishing and declare a holiday. That's why he was blaming. What was the news which was put up on the bulletin board? For the last 2 years, all bad news, the lost battles, the orders of the commanding officer was displayed on the notice board. That day, the news that only German would be taught in school of Alsace and Lorraine was displayed on the notice board, which made the crowd gather there to read it. Next is, what did Franz notice that was unusual about the school that day? Franz noticed the absence of the routine hustle and bustle caused by the opening and closing of desks as usual, repeating of lessons and wrapping of the teacher's ruler on the table. The usual hustle bustle was replaced by a strange stillness that was the characteristic of a school on a Sunday morning. What happened when the church clock struck 12? The moment of the church clock struck 12, they started prayer in the church, and the trumpet of Prussian soldiers returning from the drill sounded under their window. Am Hamel stood up and tried to speak, but his voice was choked. He gathered his strength and wrote on the blackboard as large as he could, Vive la France, and dismissed the school. So students, hope this will clear to you all. If you face any problem, any query, then do comment in comment box. Thank you.